Welcome to the Event Marketing Seminar, a 7-minute webinar by Snowball. In this seminar series, you get the tip of the iceberg on free to post event marketing practical tips, shared by event marketers for event marketers. I'm your host, Rachel Stefani. Let's break the ice. I'm here with Jay Schwedelson. I have been so excited to talk to you. I'm a big fan, follow your content, all about email marketing. Thank you, Jay, for coming today.
Well, I'm equally a fan of yours and Snowball and everything you got going on. So I'm excited to be here and this is fun.
You did an email
Mhm.
conference about emails,
That's right.
purely that. And you went from 0 to 10,000 people in a
Yes.
first edition. How did you
Yes.
do that?
We try to look at it differently. So that event happened to be virtual. All right.
Yes.
And what I've learned about event marketing in general over the last few years, having these different events, is that people are human beings. And what they don't want to be pounded with is just this register, 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 which is what basically event marketing is, whether it's in person or virtual. And what we leaned in on was talking about sharing tips and ideas, right? We'd have our speakers share videos like, here's the latest thing about email marketing. They'd share a 30-second clip. And then at the end of that, they would say, and oh, by the way, you should register for this thing. And I think it's the opposite of what most event marketers do. Most event marketers be like, they'll have their speakers, whatever, say, I'm going to be speaking at this event and make sure that you're there. Who cares? That's boring. You want to give the content and then ask the people to show up to get more. So we did that recipe, and that really gave us a lot of traction. I think in general, event marketers are not leveraging their speakers enough. You have your keynotes, and some of those keynotes, let's say you can't ask them to do a lot because it was lucky that you got them to speak. But you have all your other speakers, and these people, they're lucky to be able to speak at your event. And what event marketers do is they'll say, oh, here's a discount code that you can use in your promos, and please share on social. I don't buy that. Every speaker that I'm involved with, it is a must do. It's not a please do. And we say, we want you to post at least 3 times on LinkedIn. We want you to like and comment on all the event posts. And we want a 30-second video from you that we can use in our marketing. And that video has to be a tip about whatever topic you're an expert in on. And at the end of your tip, we want you to plug the event, right? And then we take that content and we use that everywhere in our emails, on social, and everywhere. So we tell our speakers, listen, you're in this with us because we're giving you exposure. And I think event
Yeah.
marketers typically around that little bit too much.
Do you get that usually in the contract of the speakers that they have to agree
Yes.
to that one, or is more like, okay, that's
Yeah, we
awesome?
do. And I know it's off-putting, and people are like, well, that's not nice. Listen, you're giving them a platform. They're going to get business out of participating at your event. They're micro influencers. People don't know this, but influencer marketing is massive in the B2B world. And
Yes.
90% of all influencer marketing are with people that have under 100,000 followers in terms of the business that's going on. So you have these micro influencers and they want to speak at your event. So they got to do something for you. And that's how we look at it.
There's also a lot of talk about from changing it from an organization to an actual person and how that could affect also results from email marketing.
In general, I would say people are underutilizing the from name. So when I send you an email, my email address is the letter J Schwedelson at corpwd.com. Who cares? Very long. But when it shows up in your inbox, it just says my name because I
Yeah.
made the from name be my name. The from name also sometimes is called an alias. It's sometimes called a friendly from. But on any email sending platform, doesn't matter what you use, you can change the from name on every single send that you do. This doesn't mean you're changing the email address. You can do it on every send, takes 5 seconds, costs no money. Why does that matter? The from name is really the start of your subject line in a lot of ways, right? Let's say your event is all for the retail sector, Acme retail industry. When you start to carve out things in the from name that relate to what it is that you're promoting, okay? Acme, early bird, right? You actually start with what your offer is in the from name, right? On that send, it instantly gets the person hooked into whatever it is that you're promoting. So marketers that are just leaving the same from name every time they hit send are making a mistake. On any given day, okay, you might get 5 emails from Apple. You'll get an email from their from name App Store, maybe Apple Fitness, maybe Apple Music, right? Maybe Apple
Mm.
Card, right? It's the same email address they have with you. They have one email address. And yet they're just sending you with different from names depending on what the offer is that they're promoting. And do you get annoyed? No, you look at it as 5 different things, and it gives you the ability to send more email, right? And also gives you the ability to get people excited about what you're sending. So I think the from name is this untapped area for marketers that you could do so much with.
How about segmentation specifically? Are you segmenting, for example, for what you did? And
Yeah, we segment in a variety of ways. The easiest segmentation is people that have attended versus have not attended. The other thing that we look at that I don't think event marketers do enough, and now if a lot of event marketers have it, is the amount of content that's been digested. Like if somebody's at your in-person event and they're literally consuming hours and hours of sessions versus some people that maybe are just going there, go to 1 or 2 sessions and they're out and about. Those are very different people, right? And you
yeah,
could take the people, for example, that are your super users that are consuming all the content and invite them into some sort of VIP program that they are your people, like the inner circle, and ask them to help to promote the event. I mean, the people that have drank the Kool-Aid on your event are your
mm,
people. It's not just, oh, they're a past attendee. No, within your past attendees, who are the people, right? And super segmentation like that has a massive impact. I mean, you get a few hundred people that can be your ambassadors, forget it, you win.
another tip you mentioned also on emails, especially for virtual ones, I believe, is you send a one dedicated email to save the date and add to calendar.
Yeah. Oh, add to calendar, please. Add to calendar is everything. If you're doing a virtual event and it's not
Yes,
added to the person's calendar, they
it's
will
gone.
not go. Goodbye. Good luck. It's over. You lose. Once they register, you need to aggressively pound them with add to calendar. And then what we do at our events are like 2-day events, and we'll have, I don't know, 35 sessions, whatever we have. And I would say for about 20 of the 35 sessions, an hour before and then again 15 minutes before, we send out saying so and so is about to take the stage, be there in 1 hour. And then we do another one 15 minutes before, so and so is taking the stage now. And it's aggressive. I mean, 2
Yeah.
emails within 1 hour for 20 sessions over 2 days. It's out of control. And I know I'm at the other end of the spectrum. Here's the reality: my events have a very high show up rate. Now, it doesn't mean people are staying for the whole thing, but for virtual events, you need to be aggressive.
Jay, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. And thanks for having me on. Love being here.